Well, this is part one of the Canadian trip, scouting trip. Got the canoe loaded up, got the motorcycle loaded up. Hopefully we can get across the border with this contraption.
Well, we made it to Canada. We just got across the border 5 minutes ago and heading north. Next stop is AJ's trading post about 10 miles ahead where we can get our licenses and camping permits.
Well, we're in Moose Country now, if you can notice that sign. We just left Uppsala. We filled up with gas.
Next stop, next turn is Graham Road.
All right, we finally got to the Graham Road. Hopefully it stays this good all the way. We're definitely in the bush right now. Another bear up ahead. Oh, just went in the woods. Second bear I've seen on this road. So there's plenty of bear around. Well, we're still traveling on the Graham Road. We've gone about 31 miles so far. And still not to where I turn off to go to the moose camp, or where I think the moose camp is. The road has gotten increasingly rougher. There are quite a few areas you see, or spots, where there's shredded tires along the road, so I think them are from trailers that had some pretty cheap tires on them, so that concerns me about the trip back up. I haven't seen any bear for a while. Had a couple vehicles pass me. I would like to get to the end, or actually get to my destination. I'm kind of getting sick of this road, and a little concerned about punching a tire, which I hope doesn't happen. Looks like we got a boat all by itself up here that succumbed to the nasty Graham Road. Must be one of those shredded tires you see. Looks like that thing just came to a sudden stop. Not good. Well, we finally made it to Moose Camp. We left at the cabin at 8:30. Well, I guess it was 8 o'clock this morning. And now it's about 5:30 here, and finally made it. About 600 miles from home, pretty close to it. Looks like this is where the camp will be set up. Nice sheltered spot. We'll go walk down here to the lake. Looks like somebody just put a boat in here. Oh, I would say in the past day or two, the way these tracks look. Actually, it could have been today. Looks like they drove a truck down here. Well, it must be the shitter back in there. Or what's left of the shitter. So that needs a little work. Trail going someplace there. Kind of odd, the ground is spongy here. This is the lake. Somebody obviously has a boat here. I'm thinking that's probably our outfitter's boat. Nice looking little lake. Not quite sure. Well, I guess it's probably 2 to 3 miles long. Little cuts in it and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Looks fairly clean, fairly clear. All rock. Don't see any weeds. So I guess it's time to unpack. Not 100% sure if I'm going to set up the tent here or not. Might just sleep in the back of the truck tonight. Alright, I just want to give you an idea of what this moose country looks like. This is a clear cut that's probably, I'd say 1 or 2 years old, maybe 3. Pretty rugged, pretty big. See in the background down there, there's the lake. I've seen some moose sign. Haven't seen a lot of tracks, but I have seen tracks. Let me zoom in over here. You can kind of see what the moose have been eating on. Looks like that's a maple, and they stripped all the leaves off of it. So definitely a moose did that. There isn't any deer around here. I've seen 0 deer, 0 deer sign. I've seen 2 bears so far. There's not a lot up here. I guess there's woodland caribou, but they're a rarity. If I see one of them, I think that would be an event. So anyway, just an idea to see what you guys will be getting yourself into. Lots of country. Oh, one thing, the bugs aren't bad at all. I've had a few mosquitoes, very few flies. Of course, it's pretty breezy today, so that may change. All right, we're going to take a little break for snack time. Let's see if I can zoom in. Found a little patch of blueberries here. There's quite a little cluster of them. Let's see if I can find them. Right there. So I didn't have a lot for breakfast this morning. 1 Cliff Bar, and that was it. There's some more blueberries there. One thing I did say just a few minutes ago, the bugs weren't bad. Well, I take that back. They're pretty bad right here. Within about 100 yards of the lake, so maybe that's the reasoning. But anyway, I'm gonna have some berries. Oh, and by the way, Scott, the bears like the berries, and I've seen some bear shit around here, so there are more bear than moose. Well, it's time again for another little snack. This time we're having rose hips. It's basically the fruit that's left over after the rose is flowered. Supposedly these are high in vitamin C. Give it a try. Very seedy. Tastes a lot like, I guess, apple. Alright, just a little scenario here. I was walking along and I could smell, well, first thing that hit me since I have elk hunted was elk. Well, it's not elk. I could smell moose. It's definitely a barnyard type smell. Not quite like cows, but very similar. And I figured maybe there was a wallow or something they were using. And I kind of made a big loop. When I came back to the same spot, I was just on this ridge up here and I could smell the same smell. Well, I just finished my snack, lunch, whatever you want to call it. Maybe, hopefully, energy booster. Sitting out here on a big old rock. That's the kind of thing I like to bring along for a snack. Something that's pre-made, ready to go. Quick, easy, fairly lightweight. Give you a little boost of energy. Well, I'm out in the middle of who knows where, someplace out in the boonies. I'm on this sand trail. Been on it for, well, probably a couple miles with my motorcycle. Don't know where it goes. But I just run across the best representation of moose tracks yet. So There's what the moose tracks look like. Well, it's Sunday night. I'm out scouting some more. I tried fishing a little bit this afternoon. It was really windy. It was tough with the canoe. I didn't have the motor on it. Caught a couple little dink pike and lost probably a walleye. I was just throwing crankbaits and I tried a spinnerbait. Out scouting again. Was hoping to have fish for supper, but since we're not having fish, I decided to go out scouting. Found a pretty interesting area. I would say there's probably a couple from all the tracks here. I think there was a couple bulls probably pushing and shoving. You can kind of see where the dirt's dug up here. Definitely a lot of tracks. Pretty cool. Looks like there was a wolf here too. So maybe that had something to do with it. Although that wolf track looks a little older. Alright, this track here, this is the guy that I want to tag. There's my foot relationship to his track. I would say he's a pretty good sized boy. Hell of a lot heavier than I am. Probably 1,000 pounder or better. I'd like to see him. Bear. See the bear eating the berries? It's a pretty good sized bear too. Believe it or not, I just heard something come running by me. Here was that bear. I don't know if it's the same one, but man, I got my heart going. I was just gonna get my sweatshirt on. I just got back to my motorcycle. I heard something running right next to me. I look up and hear 10 yards away is a bear running right by me. Well, I'm about 80 miles from the nearest blacktop road, 50 miles from camp. Been a pretty good adventure. It's really pretty country. Looks like this was probably the old Graham Road, I'm thinking. It ends right here. It used to continue on, but they dug it out, so these two lakes are now connected, where before there was probably either a tube or just a dike there. The new road that I was on is probably a mile over that hill, maybe a half mile, I'm not sure. Doesn't look like a lot of moose sign up here. Definitely a lot of bear sign. I don't see where they've logged up here at all, so probably what this main road is Graham Road, is in case they have forest fires so they can get access up here. I'm assuming the road I was on there wasn't going to go much farther, but I didn't want to chance it and go any farther. So I guess I'm going to turn around and head back towards camp. These birds aren't the sharpest birds in the woods. Says, I gotta dry my feathers off so I can fly. Well, maybe I'll just run. Come on, buddy. Follow me. We're out of here. Oh, there he is. Now, if you were a hunter, you'd say that's a gift from God. Man, I just pulled a real boner. I was going to gas up the little Honda there. And I had loaded the canoe and everything was good. I walked to the back, no problem. Then I started to fill it up, and I got leaned over towards the back, and I forgot the #1 rule. Don't stand in a canoe. I guess I don't have enough practice with the canoe, and over I went. Everything got soaked. Everything in the canoe is soaked. So what a pain in the ass this is. So I have to empty it out. Hopefully I don't have a bunch of water in my gas. And I guess since I'm already wet, might as well take a bath. So that's on my agenda. Fuck. Well, since I'm all soaked, I decided it's bath time. What a pain in the ass morning. Well, I should say afternoon. This morning wasn't too bad with the 4-hour road trip, but the fishing expedition really fucking sucked. I'm about 99.9% sure that canoe is not coming back up here with me. Hooey. Yeah. I was hoping for a good fish supper. Well, you know what? I don't care. I got plenty of food to eat. Alright, time to get on. Well, time to move on. I've washed away the shitty episode I had an hour ago. I'm getting lucky already. Things are definitely looking up. I haven't worn these pants since I was up to the cabin this spring, and I had left them there. And I put them on, and look, $6. No, $11. Better yet. Also, I just happened to look down, and guess what? A blueberry bush. So things are definitely on the upswing. They're improving. Things could have been drastically worse. I could have took a fall out of that canoe, knocked my head and drowned. So things are positive. I did put my shirt on backwards, but I guess I'll attribute that to older age. Alright, I guess we're going to go ride the motorcycle, do some more exploring, which I enjoy doing anyway, and I'd rather do that than fishing, but I thought since I'm here I gotta fish, but oh well.
I'm going to try to film going on the bike a little bit. We'll see how that goes.
Fish. It's a nice walleye. I think he's gonna be lunch. He must be about 16, 17 inches. Perfect eating size. Let's see if we can grab him without getting cooked. Alright, here's a nice fish. I guess we get to try Canadian walleye for lunch. I just wanted to show you this big pike I just hooked. I was trolling along, exploring, catching a few pike here and there, and I had some weeds on my line, and I was reeling in fast, and this guy come right out of the water after my bait. I missed him. He's probably 30 inches. Pretty sure I see a moose. Yep, that's a moose. First one of the trip. It's a cow. Looks like there might be another one out there. Hard to see with the glare. Yeah, there's another one there. Can't tell what it is. There's two moose. Tonight I'm in the middle of nowhere. The trail ends, but look at this nice grass. But look what I discovered. It's a moose bedroom. Moose bed. Moose bed. Moose bed. Today I'm back where I found all them moose beds, which is all along that green grass in this opening here. I built a little blind right there. I gotta show you, I talk about stepping into a hornet's nest. I was gonna build my blind right behind that big rock, and I started to. All of a sudden there was bees buzzing everywhere. Let's see if I can get a close-up of them without really taking them off. The way it's kind of dug up, I'm thinking a bear probably got in there this morning and had itself a little honey breakfast. All right, I'm all packed, ready to go for the long trip home. Running a little bit late. I thought I'd be out of here by 3. It's going on 4 now. Had to change a flat tire. So this is for tips for you moose hunters. One thing I learned, there's a lot of moose around here. I saw 2 yesterday. I believe it was a cow and a calf. Maybe 2 cows. I don't know. They're quite a ways away. A lot of sign. There's endless amount of trails. In 5 days I put on 185 miles on my motorcycle, and that's basically majority of it on trails. A little bit on the Graham Road, but that's just to get to another trail. So there's an endless amount of places to go. It's dry up here. It's not swampy at all. It's going to be a really easy hunt. I doubt if we'll venture into the forest at all. We'll pretty much stay in the clear cuts, open areas, logging trails. Hip boots aren't necessary. Knee boots, maybe. If you got them, bring them. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't buy them. You know, maybe if it's raining or something, it'd be nice. I brought the canoe and the motor. That was a pain in the ass. I shouldn't have brought that. Didn't need it. I would recommend a 4-wheeler. Hopefully I can get 2 4-wheelers on my trailer. If not, Dwayne, we're going to bring your 4-wheeler because you want to bring that, and my motorcycle. It definitely would make things a lot easier. As far as small game, I saw some hares. I saw some grouse every day. They're pretty stupid. They are on the ground. They'll fly up in the tree and sit there. Now, will there be more or less when hunting season comes around? I don't know. There was quite a few. I mean, they weren't everywhere. I could have shot some. I already have a small game license. I don't know if I would have bought one, but see how much time we have. 2 weeks is going to go really fast. basically I was here for 5 days scouting, and I needed about 5 days just to scout. So that's going to help us a lot as far as knowing what kind of terrain to go to, where to possibly go. 2.5 weeks from now, that's going to be a different story. I'm going to bring a tree stand. I've thought about, there's some areas where there's a lot of moose sign. Looks like they kind of congregate in the area. I may not use it, but if I got room, I'm going to bring one. Not a necessity. I did build a couple of ground blinds, so we'll see. GPS, you need a GPS, and you need to know how to use it. I'm not saying you're going to get off the trails into the woods much, but just to figure out where you are on the trails will help, and you can follow your back trail back to the camp. It's really a remote area. There's quite a bit of traffic on Graham Road. One thing, tires. Tires on the trailer, I got to make sure they're in good shape. Tires in my truck, got a flat already. Hopefully I don't get a flat on the way back. They're getting to the point where I need to replace them. I plan on replacing them before I come back up here. Compass, you should look on Google Earth to get a feel for the area. Very easy to do, just to kind of get you in the field of things. Fishing, I wish I wouldn't have messed with the canoe and brought the poles. There's definitely good fishing out here. I talked to some guys at the camp right down here. This is their go-to lake. Said lots of walleyes, not huge ones, but eater-sized walleyes. Good numbers, a lot of northerns. So fishing should be good. We should be able to catch some fish for supper. Scott, you need to make sure you have a gun license of some sort that says gun hunting license, and or bring your hunter safety card. They were kind of sticklers at AJ. They take a photocopy of your license and your driver's license, and then they'll issue you your outdoor card. You're going to need that. You're going to need Canadian dollars. You can get that at Grand Marais. As far as food, I know you guys probably want to eat fish. That's fine. I'm going to bring a lot of pre-packaged things, dry things like pre-packaged mashed potatoes, ready-to-eat dinners for snacks. I like eating these little cans of chicken with little crackers and got a little spoon in them. Some Cliff Bars. We're going to have to bring some water up. Once we go through the water, we're going to have to filter our water. I'll bring 5 gallons, pretty much for drinking water. One thing you're going to need, I would recommend, is a fanny pack with pockets on it. I got a Cabela's one, and I use the hell out of it. Have a water bottle for that, not one of these flimsy plastic ones. A good aluminum one that's not noisy or crinkly, or a good hard plastic one that'll fit in there. Trying to think what else. Fish and tackle, these guys kept it pretty simple. They did get night crawlers. They brought them, and they had minnows. Now I doubt if they had live minnows. I'm not thinking they have live, but I guess I don't know. You're going to put on a lot of miles on your four-wheeler or truck or whatever. Well, I guess that's up to you. This is going to be an easy hunt. It's nowhere near as hard as elk hunting. It's pretty much all flat terrain. There's a few hills, but it's pretty flat. Pretty easy going. The most you're going to walk from where you park is probably a half mile. That's pushing it. Very easy to get around. It's going to be an easy hunt. I kind of was preparing myself to be in good shape. I think I could do this when I'm 70. The guys down at the camp were talking about you never know what to expect for weather. We'll probably have snow. That's what they said. We'll see. They said it's been abnormally warm up here, and today is really nice. Yesterday was rainy, but it's been nice. Mosquitoes aren't bad, flies aren't bad. Every once in a while you'll hit the right conditions where you'll have some black flies and a few mosquitoes, but otherwise very, very enjoyable as far as bug wise. What else can I think of? Anything I've forgotten, I guess I'll let you know. There's quite a few mice around camp, so we got to remember to bring some mouse traps along. So if you can remember mouse traps, if I forget them, somebody will have them. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do for food. One thing, I guess we'll all have to be on agreement with this. We're going to be here for 2 weeks. I guess my thought is I would not like to shoot a small bull the first day, second day, third day, fourth day. You know, I guess if you're in agreement and we're all in agreement, if you happen to see a small bull, pass on it the first half a hunt. If somebody shoots a little bull the first night, we're pretty much done. Yeah, we still have a cow and a calf tag, but I think they're pretty tough to get. Rut's the time to get a big bull. They're around here. Well, I saw some huge tracks, and the outfitter says there's some big bulls. And the guys down at camp down there, I was talking to them, and they've seen some big ones. And they saw a big one hanging here a few years back that some of the bow hunters got. So think about that. We'll discuss that more. We probably won't get up here till late on Saturday. I'd say 5 or after, depending upon what time we get going. It's a long ride on the Graham Road. Probably 25 miles an hour for 50 miles, so it's a 2-hour drive if we don't break down. So with that, I guess I'm gonna take one last swim and bath in the lake, and I'm all packed up and ready to go, and we're gonna head home.